Hey guys, it's Megan. Welcome to my summer TBR, aka me battling with the wasps outside. We're gonna do this quick because I am hot. It is hot out here today. It's like gonna be 88 today. It's the first day that's gonna be this hot, I think, all summer. So it's not even really summer, it's June. But I figured today I'll do a summer TBR because I'm off. I'm obviously a teacher, so I'm out of school. I mean, I do have to work some days over the summer, but we won't think about that yet. I haven't really figured out how I'm gonna organize this yet. Maybe I'm gonna tell you, let me tell you the ones I didn't even grab. Oh man, I'm a bad YouTuber. I didn't even grab my stuff. Now I've messed up the camera. Anyway, let's talk about what I'm gonna read this summer. So the first book that I am really excited to read, I don't think I'm gonna, there's two books. Oh, wasp! I told you it's me versus the wasp. I had to run away and then I grabbed some of this. I'm ready. Because we had like four. We had like 4 little tiny wasp nests on our porch. And I think they're still trying to come back and find their nests. So anyway, oh my gosh. Okay, now I'm so scared. This is a really bad idea to do this outside, but it's summery and I wanted to film it outside. I can't help it. Okay, the first book I'm excited to read, where am I gonna put it? I'm gonna put it over here, is Titus Grown, which is the first of this like Gormenghast series or something. And the reason I'm so excited to read it is because I have been reading Perdido Street Station and it's so weird and strange and like the whole city is like almost its own character, and I feel like that this book has been hyped up the same way. I found a new YouTuber called like Ramel Broadcasting, I think is his name, and he loved Perdido Street Station, and he said if you like Perdido Street Station, here are like some other like weird books. I don't know if it's supposed to be similar, but just other weird books, and this was one of them. So it's a much older fantasy book. I don't really know much about it, but I'm sure I'll do a reading vlog or something when the time comes. And it's at my public library, so I'm not gonna buy it quite yet until I see if it's any good, but definitely that one. And then the other one I'm very excited to read is Shadow of the Torturer, which is the first book of the Book of the New Sun. I had to think of the name of it. I just forgot the author. Gene Wolfe? Is it Gene Wolfe? I think so. And then I found this one actually at the bookstore, and it was 2 books. Like there's 4 books in this series, and the first 2 are like in a bind up together, and then the second 2. And I could have paid like $20 and had the first 2 books, but I was like, what if I don't like it? What if it's too weird? You know, this is another one that's supposed to be really super weird, but like it's, from what I gather, I don't know much about it, but I gather that it's set in the far future, that's more like sci-fi, and that if you know less going into it, it's better because it's sort of also fantasy. Like it's so far in the future that like you don't even realize it's the future. It kind of reminds me, I don't know if it's the case, but it reminds me of like Anthem by Ayn Rand, because in that book, spoiler alert, you think it's set in the past because they have like candles and stuff, but then it's actually set in the far future, and like they don't have electricity anymore, and the main guy like invents electricity again and stuff. So I'm gathering that maybe this is kind of what it is, but apparently this book has layers. And if you peel back the layers, like you can read it at surface level. Sorry, I'm on wasp alert. You can read it at surface level, or you can read it, you know, it's apparently just one guy like making a trek somewhere or something. That's the whole thing. But it gets way more in depth if you want it to. So I think it's supposed to be confusing. I don't know. So I'm gonna try it. We shall see, but I'm very excited. Both the last 2 books I have to read physically because they sound like they're gonna be kind of hard to read, and that maybe I even want to annotate them if I wind up buying the book. Okay, yeah, also, sorry, there's like a helicopter now flying overhead. This is just, there's cicadas in the background. You can probably hear them. They've been going insane lately. Is that? No, it's a plane. It's a plane, but it's like a tiny plane. Yeah, cicadas in our backyard. There's like 1,000 of them, and they are flying all over our trees. It's crazy in the evenings. So this one is a nonfiction book, but it seems very summery because it's about theme parks. It's called Imagineering an American Dreamscape, Genesis, Evolution, and Redemption of the Regional Theme Park. So I've read some other theme park books before. One about Action Park, which is hilarious. I love Action Park stories because that park was crazy. And then I've read a couple like kind of about a little bit about like Disney World and stuff, but this one's more about regional theme parks, and so I do love regional theme parks, so I thought, you know, I should read about how they got started, obviously kind of influenced by Disney World and whatnot. So I just read chapter 1 yesterday, and it's pretty good. Like, I like the writing style. It was really easy to follow. I'm not really into historical stuff, so I didn't know if I'd like a book that's literally like nonfiction, like history, but it's, I mean, obviously it's about theme parks, so it's pretty good, and it's self-published. So anyway, there is that one by Barry Hill, so that's a fun one. Another nonfiction book. I don't know why I'm actually reading 2 nonfiction books in one summer. What? I want to read, finally. I've had this on every TBR like ever. Paint My Name in Black and Gold, The Rise of the Sisters of Mercy. So the Sisters of Mercy was formed in, is it 1980? Yeah, so they're like this British like rock band, punk on the post-punk scene. What would you even call them? They would rise from a leading alternative band before eventually blowing apart on the verge of major rock stardom. This is just their history, and I really, really love their songs very, very much. So I'm gonna have to start listening to their songs more so that I really get in the mood to read this book, because honestly, it is kind of long. It's very, I like how it's very like tight. It's not floppy. Everybody likes floppy paperbacks. I like these really tight ones. It reminds me of like the Nevermore book. So even though it's 400 pages, it's not like super duper long. And of course, I mean, there are going to be pictures like throughout, I think, or maybe not. Maybe it's just that one set of pictures. But I'm finally going to read this book. It's going on the list, and I have to listen to some Sisters of Mercy songs while I read it. I also want to read this book called Main Characters, because I think it's a romance. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's more serious. I don't know. I don't normally read these kinds of things, but it was something. Honestly, what is this book about? You want to hear something funny? I looked at my summer TBR on Goodreads. It's the only book I have added, Main Characters. I think it's out. I think it just came out. Yeah, it came out May 13th, so very, very recently. It's kind of long, though, 400 pages. It's got pretty bad reviews. This is, it's The Parent Trap for adults. That's why I wanted to read this book, because I love The Parent Trap. It's the story of two half-sisters. Okay, so maybe it's not a romance. Story of two half-sisters who meet for the first time at their father's cabin in Maine after his unexpected death. Maybe it's more serious than I thought then. Every summer, Vivian Levy and Lucy Webster spend a month with their father at his lake house, separately. Raised in New York City, Vivian is an ambitious sommelier with a secret that could derail her future. And then Lucy grew up in a tiny Maine town where she now teaches high school English. I taught high school English while watching her marriage unravel. They've never met. While Lucy envied her half-sister from afar, their father kept Vivian in the dark. Oh, one of them knows about the other, but not the other way around. When Vivian arrives at the lake to spread his ashes and sell his cabin, she's shocked to find Lucy there awaiting his return. So Lucy doesn't know that the father's dead. In an ideal world, they'd help each other through their grief. Instead, forced to spend the summer together, they fight through a storm of suspicion and hostility to untangle the messy truth about their parents' past. While Lucy is desperate to hold on to the house, Vivian is scrambling after a betrayal. After 30 years apart, is it too late for them to be a family? For fans of Carly Fortune and Ella Hildebrand, which I did like one of her books, the only one I've ever read, this a sister story set on a lush lake brims with an undeniable heart, depth, charm, and humor that endeared Hannah Orenstein to legions of readers. Do I know anybody that read it? No, I know some people that marked it as to read, but nobody's actually read it. It's not got very good reviews. It's got 3.64 stars, but not too many ratings. So I'm gonna give it a chance because it looks very summery, and I love The Parent Trap, and I already have the ebook, so I'm gonna check into this one. I'm also gonna read some young adult books. I want to read All In because it's the third book by Jennifer Lynn Barnes in the Naturals series. I loved the first two books, but I read them so far apart. Like it's been like 2 or 3 years since I read the Naturals. And then it's been like a year since I read the sequel, which I kind of forgot the name of just now. And then the third one is All In. And then there's a fourth one called Bad Blood. So I've loved these very, very much. I gave the first one like 4.5 stars. It's one of my favorite young adult books of all time because it is kind of like FBI agents, or CIA agents or something, but they're teenagers, but they each have their own unique ability that's really cool. It's almost like X-Men because they're almost like supernatural powers. I mean, not quite, but it's a little unbelievable, but it's so much fun. And like no scenes are unnecessary in these books. It's very, very fast paced. Everything exists for a reason. Sorry, I'm just so distracted because I'm on WASP duty over here. So I'm definitely going to continue with that series. I've been wanting to for a long time. Next, I'm going to read Spy Family because I need a graphic novel series, and I hear this one's really good. It's something about how like the mom and dad are like assassins or spies or something, and they don't know it, and the kid's a spy too. I don't know. It sounds like Mr. and Mrs. Smith, that movie with Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, where like they didn't know each other, were like spies or something. So I don't know. I'm going to give it a try. I'm also going to read the next Finley Donovan book because I read the first 3 or 4. I don't remember how many there are at this point, but I'm on to the next one. Finley Donovan Digs Her Own Grave, I think is the name of it. Yeah, I believe so. Is this number 5 at this point? I don't know. I've read the whole series, and it's WASP. I don't even think I could aim with this thing. My husband says it's hard to aim. Up to 27 feet. I don't even know. Okay. Oh, I also have to read an ARC because I got it. It's the new Holly Jackson book that is adult, and honestly, I forgot the name of it, but I'm going to put it right here. Here it is. This book is, the first adult Holly Jackson book, and I've read most of her other books, all but one of them, and I couldn't make it through Reappearance of Rachel Price. I got very little way in, like 10% in. I was so bored, so I DNF'd it, which is crazy because I loved the Good Girl's Guide to Murder series. I loved the prequel to that series. Book 3 in that series is also one of my favorite young adult books of all time, and I gave it 5 stars. The one that's called As Good as Dead. It was wild to me. Like I need to reread that whole series because it was so good. Oh no, butterfly. Oh, wasp. I bet you guys could see that on camera. I bet you could see the wasp behind me or something. That'd be really funny if you could have actually seen it this whole time. And it was just like right there, like trolling me, like creeping up on me. Okay, so are those all the ones? I think so. That are not the ones I still am in the middle of and have to finish. Let me see. Oh no, wait, there's like one more. One more real regular book to read is Hyperion by Dan Simmons, which is some kind of sci-fi, and I'm not even a sci-fi reader. Why am I putting only sci-fi books on my TBR? It's also super tiny font, so it's pretty long. Checking for wasp trolling me. And it's, I don't even know. It's a masterpiece of science fiction. It's an epic. There's an Armageddon, galaxy at war. 7 pilgrims have to set forth on a final voyage to Hyperion, seeking the answers to unsolved riddles of their lives. Each carries a desperate hope and a terrible secret, and one may hold the fate of humanity in his hands. There's this creature called the Shrike. There are those who worship it, those who fear it, and there are those who have vowed to destroy it. In the Valley of the Time Tombs, where huge brooding structures move backward through time. That sounds awesome. The Shrike waits for them all. That sounds phenomenal, and I want to read it now. In fact, reading that synopsis has made me want to start it. But the problem is I can't start more books because I gotta finish some of the books I'm in the middle of. And finally, this video would not be complete if I didn't show you these 2 ridiculous little puzzle books that I got for $2 at Half Price Books. They were on clearance. Look at this. It's Harry Potter word search. Just a little one. I worked like 2 of them yesterday. Thought I could work them when I'm, reading my audiobooks and stuff. Was that a wasp? What was it? I don't even know. Quickly, Game of Thrones Puzzle Quest. So don't know what it is. Riddles, enigmas, and quizzes inspired by the books and the TV show. And it's like hardback, and it was $2, and it's really, really pretty. So I just really liked it. I like all the pages are really pretty. It's even got stuff in color. It's mostly like riddles, I think, more so than anything else. Looks like a lot of riddles. I did see some that were, there's a quiz. There's another quiz. I saw one, oh, here's one. I want to do I love word searches, obviously. I just bought a word search, so. Well, the air conditioner kicked on. Now it's a good time for me to go inside and film the rest of these because I was going to film all the videos that I was going to do outside today, but now I'm not because there's wasps and it's hot. So I hope you enjoyed my summer TBR. Let me know down below if you plan on reading any of these books or if you have other recommendations for me for like weird books like Perdido Street Station, because I'm looking for more like that. And I will talk to you guys again later. Bye.